So how about this thing here? Yeah, I know it's been in the background of some videos in the last couple years, but the truck's done. Matter of fact, show you this. Look here. I drew it here today. So, yes, the Chevy's done. The mini hot rod's done for my boy. My shoulder surgery is pretty well. I'm doing all right now. So, pretty good though. I'm getting ready to get started because I can't wait any longer. And guess what project we're working on now? It's back. Okay, so we need to start back up on this thing now. So here's the deal. This is now set for 3 years. It's been 3 years since I wrecked my pickup truck. And in that 3 years, I have built some other stuff on the side a little bit, but mainly I saved the white truck, and we've been driving it, and that was a kind of a big fiasco. I tore my truck apart. Built a custom flatbed for it, repainted the truck and the flatbed and converted it over to a dually and all that good stuff. I built my boy a mini hot rod because I promised him we was going to do that, and you know, he's 11 at the moment as we shoot this video and was 10 when I finished the hot rod. He's not going to be little forever, so I wanted to get that one done. And then I had a shoulder surgery in October. This is February now. I'm doing all right. Not 100% yet, but hey, I feel like I can do a few things. So I want to get started back into the project that actually is like, I want to do this project. I wanted to do the truck because, well, I wrecked the truck and I kind of had to do it, and then I can't just fix anything back stock. It's a sickness. I wanted to do the boys mini hot rod, but this is I dream about this. So now, what are we going to do today? Well, it's sit for 3 years. It's got a flat tire in the back. It's running 2 mini singles. We got a bunch of stuff piled here in the way of it, but the big thing I want to hear, because I need some excitement, I need something to like harness me back in. I'm going to the battery and see if we can't start it today. It hasn't run for 3 years, so let's see what happens. I think the carb's okay. So as you would figure, I don't have the right stuff to do the job, because I really need to buy a battery, but I haven't done that yet because, well, I don't know how much longer this thing's going to run. We'll find something. But I got these little fancy little 90-degree connectors. They're not exactly right. I was looking for maybe the adapters because years ago somebody turned this into a side post battery the way the cables are. I don't know what happened to the battery that was in this. It's gone now. But this one's kind of halfway decent, so we're going to put it in there, and the bolts aren't long enough to go through these, put a nut on, so I'm just going to use vice grips to hold them on there because we're just going to see if we can start it. So I know that looked bad because it was kind of rough pushing with this arm. So this is the ground, and I know this because it's fastened right to the firewall. So we'll just set that in there like that, and then I'll do this. I probably should go get the correct battery, but we'll worry about that later. I've been working on other stuff today, and I just happen to think, man, I really want to hear that thing run. That would really kind of like get me back in the mood for it. Okay, so there's that. Now somewhere up in here, oh, it's right here. And that would be the positive, and it's going down to the, it's sitting on the side of the starter. Good enough. So we'll bring it, set it right there. And grab a hold like so. Okay, that should work. So now, I don't know if I'm gonna have to go get a battery starter to help, or a battery charger that has a start mode to help us start this thing. That battery's been charging for a while. I think it's okay. Let's turn the key and see what happens. I forgot how uncomfortable this seat is. So there's like springs missing underneath of like your left butt cheek, and you kind of feel like you're bottoming out. Make sure we are in the neutral. That's good. Clutch down. Choke on. Yeah, that does not sound good. Choke's all the way out, but the gas pedal's like really stiff. Like really stiff. All right. I think we're going to need a sniff of something, some extra juice. All right, try again. Okay, so we've got the Duramax with jumper cables. That don't look janky or nothing on the battery, so I got some starting fluid. We're going to spray in the oil bath air cleaner because, you know, that sounds like a good idea. Yeah, that should be plenty. There. Sure his throttle plate's working. Hey, look at there. Going to stay running, but it's actually running right now on its own without me sitting in the cab. So that fuel in the tank's every bit of 3 years old, but this whole motor probably don't have enough compression to really care. So I'm going to take the camera away from the camera operator for a second. I forgot how good the thing just sits here and runs. Of course, it's choked for who wouldn't have it right now because it's cold natured, but hey, it is running on its own. Try to take it off a choke a little bit, see what it does. Well, about half choke, it seems. Oh, it's smoothing out. I'll be honest with you, I'm pretty impressed. Now's about the time it's going to die. And there it is. Hey, but it's running. But it's, Jesus, Pete. It's heavy with fuel in here. Let me turn the key off. Alright, so we'll talk about the next steps. So, I honestly wasn't sure if it was going to start or not, so I'm actually pretty happy right now. Not that that motor's all that important, but I have some plans. I kind of want to get out and drive it some, but there's something that goes along with that, and I guess you guys just have to wait and see what that is. But yeah, I hope to get this thing out, drive it just a little bit, just so I can kind of get motivated again. But for those of you who are just tuning in for this for the first time and don't know anything about this project, let me tell you what's going on. So there is stuff piled all over the back of this truck. That seat right there, pretty good chance that might replace the seat that's in it. If not, I may go another route too, but I do have that seat, and that would be better than what's in it. And so I've got a heavy duty 4-link. I've got you can't really see down in there. That's a GM 14 bolt pan hard bar it's sitting on. 4 airbags, which if you want to see these up close and personal, you can go look at the other videos I've got out. I've got adapter plates to run the semi wheels on the back, and of course it's got shocks and everything. It's a legitimate suspension system. And then we've Z-notched the frame, which is kind of a steep angle, but it works out good. Until I put a bed on it, you'll never see any of that. I know it's not very bright back here. The lighting kind of over this part of the garage is not the greatest. Let me get out of here. So over here I've got some suspension components off a 1-ton Chevy and some A-arms, and we're going to independent front suspension this truck with airbags using GM stuff. And I know stuff is piled all over the garage right now. We got bush hogs sitting everywhere. We got this like ancient welder that's in the way. This is one of those deals like Dad went and picked it up. I know why, but I don't know. It's cool. I just don't know if there's any hope in that thing ever doing what's supposed to again. Oh, and yeah, and here's like the MIG portion of it, which is kind of, here's your feed. So back here in the corner, geez, Pete and I gotta work my way back in here. Everything's piled. We're gonna clean this garage out this spring too. There's a reason everything got piled in this garage, but that's a whole other story. That right there is a 6.9 IDI with a BorgWarner K27 turbo and a Spicer 6+1. It's all bolted together. It all mates up now. I built the manifolds, which I've got to finish welding the backside of them a little bit. I got some finish work to do here, but that's got a turbo camshaft in it, 90cc injection pump, and I've got stage 1 injectors for it. This is the motor that will be going in that truck to replace the 345 that we just started. But I kind of want to drive it down the road again to get interested back in it again. And then we're going to pull the nose of it apart and start preparing for front suspension and this monster. This has been completely rebuilt. You can go back and check all my videos. But that right there is what I'm excited about. Get this thing rolling on some airbags and some real power. So if you're into international Loadstars and you want to see this thing run on the original 345 with the airbag suspension in the rear of it, if you want to see the engine swap, you want to see the flatbed that I'm going to build for it and everything we're going to do, and it might take me a little while, but we'll make progress, I promise. We're back on it now. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And guys, this project's about ready to get fired back up, and I am excited about that. So we'll see you later.